Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what my speculation for the next Dead by Daylight chapter is going to be. If you haven't noticed, Dead by Daylight has started dropping these new teasers here and there, mostly on their social media channels. If you're not following them, make sure that you do now. And Instagram has been filled with snippets and texts and messages and even audio files that are teasing the next chapter, who's going to be revealed in a PTB very soon. If you want to find out more about it and if you want to go through all of these teasers with me, make sure that you stay tuned, hit the subscribe button right now, like this video, and let's get started. One of the best things that Dead by Daylight does is tease their community about their upcoming chapters. For instance, on February 8th, they started sprinkling teasers in the form of text on their Instagram stories to prepare us for chapter number 31. Nothing has been officially announced, but people have started already speculating and theorizing around the small story that Dead by Daylight has posted on their Instagram stories. I will be reading it right now. I was on garbage duty. One of the boys usually offered to take care of it, but I was closing the diner alone with my friend Ashley. The cook had left an hour ago, and this was one of the last tasks we needed to take care of before we could head home. I'm going to grab a smoke and ask Tyler to pick me up, Ashley said. I'll be back in a second to finish mopping. It's fine. I'll do it when I'm done with the garbage. It'll only take a minute. She smiled and walked out through the back door. I wasn't trying to be nice, I just wanted to leave as soon as possible. The diner was at the edge of the town and surrounded by forests. I dreaded staying around after dark. I always felt watching eyes whenever I walked to my car. I slung the bags over my shoulders and headed toward the back door. The dumpster was behind the diner, next to a picnic table where some of the staff sometimes took their break. I was surprised to see Ashley wasn't there, but she sometimes paced around the diner when she was on a call. I tossed the sticky garbage bags and wiped my hands with disgust. I hated garbage duty. I was about to head back inside when I noticed something glowing at my feet. Ashley's phone. I looked around nervously. Ashley wasn't known for pranks. I picked it up and took my own phone from my back pocket. I wasn't sure what to do or who to call. I didn't have to. A voice called out from the darkness. Ashley's voice. Ashley, this isn't funny, I said. I stepped into the forest. I didn't know how she had managed to navigate the trail in the dark. I had to turn on the flashlight to be able to see 2 feet in front of me. I let her voice guide me, but I still couldn't make out what she was saying. She sounded distant, distorted. I want to go home, I insisted. Please, can we get back to the diner now? She either didn't hear me or pretended not to. I could tell I was close when I caught a glimpse of blonde hair in the distance. Hello, Tyler, she said, her voice hoarse and strained. Is Tyler with you? I asked, pointing the light ahead. I could see 2 figures. One of them, shorter, leaned against the trunk of a tree, while the other, taller, stood a little to the side. The first one must have been Ashley, but the second one looked wrong, twisted. The torso and the legs seemed to be facing different directions, as if they could have walked toward me without even taking their eyes off of Ashley. I have your phone, I added. Hello, Tyler, she said again, but I could now see her lips never moved. Something didn't feel right. It's me, she started. Can you pick me up? She tried, hesitant. Me up? Pick me up, Tyler? It's me? Hello? I caught a glimpse of something in the light. It looked like teeth. Too many to count. A phone rang. Not mine, but Ashley's. Tyler was calling. The tall figure shifted, and then it spoke. Its disembodied voice sounded almost exactly like my own. Home, it said. Please. I ran without looking back, branches tearing at my skin, slicing my arms and cheeks. I reached the diner and threw myself inside, locking the back door behind me. I waited for a thump. A crash against the door, but it never came. I stood there for a while, still clutching Ashley's phone, and before gathering enough courage to sprint to my car. It's 3 in the morning and I don't know what to do. Tyler keeps calling Ashley's phone, but I don't know what I would tell him. I want to believe this is a cruel prank, but I can still hear it now, floating softly through my window. A voice, haunting and familiar, so close to my own. Please, it begs. I want to go home. This was enough to send the entire community in a craze, everybody theorizing left and right about what this could mean. What is the story about? Is this a piece of the lore? Is this exactly the story and Dead by Daylight is just putting it out there for us and we have no idea? Are these the characters? Is this about the killer? Is this just about the killer? Are these the survivors? Or maybe just one survivor? Are there multiples? We don't know. Who's Tyler? Who's Ashley? Who's us? Everything is just so confusing. One thing is for sure. Everything is happening now. I feel like this first teaser is extremely anchored into the present. There's a diner, there's phones, the colloquial tone of the people involved. Everything about it just screams now, present, maybe even this year. It's something that just super actual. Another thing that this sort of glimpse into the next chapter tells us is that the killer is extremely non-human. But Bear, how did you even figure this out? Like, what makes you think that? Well, there's only two things in this entire paragraph that screams that to me. So first things first, I could see two figures. One of them shorter leaned against the trunk of a tree while the other taller stood a little to the side. The second one looked wrong, twisted. The torso and the legs seemed to be facing different directions. And then the second quote is this: I caught a glimpse of something in the light. It looked like teeth, too many to count. So not only that this is teasing a non-human, very creepy looking killer, but it also implies that the killer could mimic survivors or people's voices. I don't want to say survivors yet because I don't want to rush it. Maybe the person whose POV we are witnessing right now is probably not even the survivor, just someone that had an encounter with the killer and it's kind. This first teaser is already giving us a lot to work with. We already have the image. We already can envision it. It's night. There's a forest. There's something that attracts you into the forest. There's voice of the people that we know, but they don't quite sound like them. The confusion in the replies, it almost looks like whatever this thing is, it's trying to adapt and to sound as similar and as much as the person that they're trying to mimic. I know I'm saying mimic a lot. I really think, and you can mark my words here, I do believe that this next killer is going to be called The Mimic. You heard it here first. The second teaser happened extremely quickly, the exact same day on February 9th. This teaser is actually a screenshot of what appears to be a Facebook post of a concerned neighbor. We can already see the name of the Facebook group, which is Green Peaks Road Neighbors, which could indicate a possible location for a map. We don't know who posted this, as both the profile picture, the name, and the time have been blocked out. But here it goes. Hey neighbors, did anyone see or hear anything strange in the area last night? I got woken up around 2:30 a.m. today by what sounded like someone rummaging around in my backyard. So I opened the porch lights to see what it was, but I couldn't see anything at all. I got dressed and walked out onto my deck to get a closer look, but all I could make out was this weird buzzing noise and what I thought was maybe whispering. As you know, our house was one of those that got egged a few months ago by some kids from Greenville High. So immediately I thought this was another one of their dumb pranks. I pulled out my phone to record and started walking towards the noise, hoping I'd catch them red-handed. But I found nothing. I couldn't tell where the sounds were coming from, so I went back inside. I obviously can't sleep now, so I'm listening to what I recorded. See attached. And I have to say, I'm really creeped out. Does this sound familiar to anyone? As I was saying, this entire vibe for this chapter is very actual. So first things first, we have the usage of phones and the colloquial tone in the dialogue in the first teaser. Now we have an entire Facebook post that is describing some of the concerns of the neighbors from this area. Another thing, because I already said that the Facebook group name already could be an indicator of where the action is going to be taking place, which is Green Peaks. Another possible location for a future map could be Greenville High, as mentioned in the actual post. This post has then been followed on Instagram stories as well by 4 audio files. They have been individually shared in stories and they all make different sounds like buzzing, and I'm going to be attaching them right now. please make sure that right now, after you listen to all of these, you're going to be pausing this video and write in the comments if you heard something strange. Some people even went that far as to slow down reverb and try to understand more into the audio files. Dweet, if you are familiar with their post on Twitter, actually said, and I quote, "In the new audio teasers, if you listen close, it sounds like you can make out the creature calling out to somebody. The person who made the post about hearing noises could have been hearing the events of the first teaser. Who posted on the Facebook group is actually referencing the events from the first teaser, and what they recorded, it could actually be the encounter that we, the point of view of the person from the first teaser, had with the killer and Ashley into the forest." February 12th rolls around and we have teaser number 3. I'm just gonna have to give props to Dead by Daylight for making quite the splash with the amount of teasers that we have been getting for chapter number 31. This next teaser is 5 screenshots of a conversation between a couple, and it goes like this. "Pizza tonight? Sounds good. I'll pick it up on my way home. Thank you. I love you. Love you too. Everything's okay at home? Yeah, just cleaning up. What's up? Got a notification from the security system, so something weird on the feed. Can you check the back door? Weird. What did it look like?" This is happening at between 2 and almost 6 p.m. Just a blur in front of the camera. It's too close to tell what it is. Raccoons maybe. Maybe. But it had to be pretty tall. Camera's at eye level. Just checked. Nothing's there. Door is locked too. Okay. Thank you. We'll keep an eye on the little rascals. We should start leaving the garbage in the garage. Yeah, you're right. Working late? Yeah, sorry. Should have texted. Almost done. Everything's okay? The neighbor's dog won't stop barking. Again? 3rd night in a row. I don't know what to do. I rang the neighbors. No one's home. The dog stopped barking, but he's whining now. It sounds wrong. I'll be there soon. Wrapping up. I hope he's okay. Love you. Love you too. Hey, something's in the backyard again. It's too dark to see what it is. That was probably me. Stepped out 5 minutes ago. I thought I heard the neighbors wanting to check on the dog. Maybe stay inside until I get there. I can go talk to them after. Okay, it wasn't them anyway. Love you. Love you too. Pepperoni? I'll just grab 2 different ones. We'll have leftovers. Got the pizzas. Almost there. Lisa, where'd you go? Again, this is reinforcing the idea that everything that's happening, all of the events that we are witnessing in these teasers are very, very actual. Besides the usage of phones and posting on a Facebook group, now we also see screenshots of a conversation between a couple that is very much in the present. I think this is iMessage. 6 hours ago, Dead by Daylight has posted on their Instagram stories once more. This time it's a screenshot of an email which is sent by the roommate of this person to their mother, where they're just very, very concerned about how they're behaving. But I'm just going to read it and you guys can tell me what it is. Important about Ryan. We have the image blurred and the names and emails blacked out. Hello, Mrs. Allen. I'm Ryan's roommate, Danny. I think we briefly saw each other during orientation week. Ryan mentioned where you worked a while back and I found your email address on the company's website. I think something is wrong with Ryan. It started today. Ryan was excited to try a new trail on his daily run and said he'd meet me in the dining hall for breakfast after. He never showed up. I found him in our room after my first class of the day. He was scribbling at his desk. He was still there when I came back, hours later, sitting in the dark, still scribbling. He snapped out of a trance when I called his name and said he'd lost track of time. He seemed normal over dinner. When I asked about his day, he said he'd been busy studying. When we got back to our room, he left to take a shower and I just got curious. I wanted to know what he was working on, so I waited until he was in the shower and looked at his desk. You'll find a picture attached to this email, but there were dozens of them. Under his bed, crammed between the mattress and the slats, hidden behind the blinds, littering the floor in his closet. I even found a single piece of paper under my pillow. I pretended like nothing happened, but shortly after we went to bed, I heard it again. Scratching of a pencil against paper. He started scribbling again. He's spiraling, and I don't think I can handle this on my own. I reached out to our resident assistant, but they can't do anything until something happens. I don't want to wait for that. Could you come and check on him? Danny. We also have the picture of the scribbling attached. It looks like there's a battle inside. The demons that this person is fighting. Whew. I don't know if this is them trying to still hold down the fort and hold on to a part of themselves, like their true authentic self, instead of letting this creature take over them completely. And they're just trying to use scribbling as a way of coping and as a way of fighting back. I think that's where this is going. I think that Ryan is trying to tell us who this is. dreams, and the fact that the inhabitant of his body is not himself anymore, and it's this thing that he keeps scribbling at. I can't really tell what it could be. It doesn't really look like anything in specific, but I think it's going to have something to do with the killer. So far, we have 3 days of teasers on Instagram. As I said, my speculation is that this is going to be a very anchored and present chapter. I think we're going to see this best in the survivors. The killer seems to be something that I think we're going to have a lot of fun with. My guess would be that this is going to be a mimic. Finally, we're going to be having a killer that's going to shapeshift, and I'm super excited about this. I think it's finally time to think outside the box and really take a leap of faith when it comes to chapters. I know that you guys are going to say, but it's not gonna work because Survivor Friends, because Discord calls, because this and that and that and that and that. Listen to me. The way the games are super fast paced, you don't even have time to ask like who the person that's approaching you is. Sometimes with an anon mode and with randoms and with names hidden and all sorts of things, you don't even know who is who exactly at any given moment in the game. So just imagine you're injured and you're approaching a survivor that is trying to make their way towards a generator or a totem or something like that. And you're like in a Discord call with your Survivor Friends duo. And you say, "Oh my God, Bob, can you please heal me?" And then Bob answers on your Discord call, "What do you mean? Like, I'm nowhere near you." And that's when it sinks in. And you don't have time to react. You don't have time to do anything. And the killer is just gonna jump at you. I think that we're going to finally have this sort of excitement and thrill into the game. I look forward massively towards this. I think this is going to be a mimic killer. I hope they're going to try and mimic survivor sounds, groans of pain, things like that. I hope the killer is also going to try and look like them. I think it's going to be very jump scary, it's thrilling, exciting, and I can't wait to see how this is going to play. For the survivors, I have no idea what they could come up with. I really, really hope to see a girly survivor because I am tired. We're tired. We need an original girly. I feel like she's going to be giving us the same vibes Michaela did. I would die if she would come with game-changing perks like Michaela's. I would like to see a brand new type of perk, just like the boons were very revolutionary for the game. And why not maybe have 2 survivors instead of just 1? Maybe we're gonna have Ashley or Tyler or both. I'm super excited to see what they have in store for us. I really, 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 really hope that this is going to be a chapter that's going to come with its own map. We need it. We need the new extra fun element. We need something to explore, something to get used to. And I think a new map is going to bring in exactly that. The potential, the forest, the moody, the full moon. Oh, what if it's a werewolf? No, I digress. It's going to be Mimic. Anyway, I think that they have plenty of things that they could do with this. It could even be the Greenville High. I would love to see a high school map. I've been wanting one forever. Whatever this chapter is going to bring, I think that everybody is dying to see what DBD has in store for us. Chapter number 31 got a bunch of teasers. I'm looking forward to many more. The PTB should be announced sometime towards the end of the month, so we're just super, super excited about that. Let me know what you think about these teasers and what you think the next kill is going to be. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I am watching you. Like this video and leave me a comment and tell me what you want to see added in Dead by Daylight next. Thank you, guys.